Hi everyone, welcome back. Okay, so we had just beaten this
Harry.
Harry, yes, this Harry gentleman at. Oh, you mean Harry's his name? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's funny because he's not particularly hairy. He actually seems to have a.
He just has a little bit of a bald patch on the top of his head.
It's a little more than a. Well,
Yeah, but if you like cut off his bottom hair and put it on top of his head, it would be like as much hair as a normal person.
yeah, that's a common tactic used by balding men, though they try to grow it long on the back to make it look like they have a lot of hair, but they're really balding on top. Anyway, whatever. So we had just beaten Hairless Harry at 9 Men's Morris, or is it 9 Men's Morris? I don't know, who cares. And so the next thing to do is, you may have remembered the bartender previously talking about a short way and a long way back. Well, the long way back is to go outside. You walk outside the way you came and go back to the to the monastery that way. The short way is to go through this shortcut in the back. And since we were so nice to him and gave him the keg instead of expecting him to provide us a new keg, he'll let us go. Since you brought me the cask, I'll let you go back the short way, but tell the Abbot it's the last time if he doesn't pay up on his bill.
That you'll be let in?
That we'll
That
be
way?
able to take the short way.
Really? Huh.
So, I don't really know what the point of this is, because it's not really much of a puzzle, honestly. I mean, at first glance, it looks like an empty room with a bunch of wine casks in it. Yeah, here's a sturdy ale cask, not yet tapped for drinking, and here we have some casks with taps, which look all alike. And if you try to use them... Oh, he hates to waste good ale. If you keep clicking on them, eventually you'll find, oh, the tap unlatched something inside the cask. It's a false front. I mean, that's really probably the easiest puzzle in the game. It almost seems... leads to a tunnel. Yeah, whatever. It almost seems like they wanted to do more with that, but whatever. The tunnel from the cask leads out into this larger tunnel which forks in 2 directions. Okay, well, let's...
Oh.
For some reason it changed from the walk cursor to the hand cursor. Alright, whatever. So here we are. Let's try the left fork, and it terminates abruptly at a door. He sees a tiny peephole in the center of the door. Can we look through the peephole? Peep on people? "'Tis a grand night, isn't it, Giles?" "What's so bloody grand about it? We're stuck on duty in the dungeons while the sheriff's throwing a party at the pub." "Aye, but someone has to guard the prisoners."
Wait, the sheriff's not throwing a party at the pub?
Maybe he is. How do you know he's not?
We just left.
Maybe he was throwing a party at the pub and they're late. I don't know. Bugger that. They're in that pit, not a prayer of escaping. I don't see why we need to do something at all. Have they eaten? Aye, waste of food if you ask me. They'll be choking on ropes before long. I'll have a look in on them just the same. If you like. Alright. Jolly little conversation between a couple of friendly guardsmen. They look miserable, Giles. Of course they look miserable, you flap-eared Dorkin. They're going to die. There's no need to come over all insulting like. We're to be on guard for half the night together. Aye, just my rotten luck. Alright. Can we go through the door? You, monk, hold fast. Where'd that door come from? Seize him!
It's not a very secure tower, is it?
I heard Robin led them a merry chase for all that he was hampered by the monk's robe. He didn't get far once the alarm went up. The sheriff's furious over discovering those tunnels. He nearly hung the Abbot next to Robin. Or that he had hung the Abbot instead of Robin. Robin should have been quicker, or far more careful.
Or less stupid.
For once much you have spoken wisely. Alas for poor, dead, careless Robin. Alright, so that's, pretty standard stuff. You walk into a room with 2 guards who are your natural enemies, then you probably find the game ends pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and start again. So we go through the back door. Yeah, last time if the Abbot doesn't pay his tab, you try to...
It's the second one.
yeah, I know. I don't know if it even makes a difference if you get points, or you probably don't.
You don't.
So, okay, so this is a weird thing. So right now, look, it's the walk cursor, right? But if I click the right mouse button, it switches to the talk icon. So it was actually the hand icon. It's a weird little glitch in the... Alright, whatever. So what we actually want to take, of course, is the right fork. And this also abruptly ends at a door. Or it's a tapestry, heavy tapestry which covers the doorway. Can we pull aside the tapestry? Oh, yes we can.
Do you have my ale?
Aye, your grace.
Well, don't stand there like a dolt. Bring it over at once.
I love his Pippi Longstocking braids, or whatever. Yeah. Of course, your grace.
I still think there's strings that hold his hat.
You're slow, but at least you did the task. I've a mind to put this ale to the test. Have a seat and drink with me, brother.
This seems like a bad idea, but the correct answer is actually I.
Then be seated and we'll see how your stomach fares against mine.
Now, I don't know how... Oh,
Brother Bruce, is that you? Aye, master. Good. Take this infernal box to my room, and leave my door unlocked. I'll be having a nap soon. And now, let's fill our mugs.
now, I don't know how much of a heavy drinker this Abbott is, but I get the impression he drinks a fair bit, and I don't know how much Robin Hood drinks, but you can probably guess. It probably doesn't take a rocket scientist at this point to guess that this is a good place to use the amethyst we just won. So you very quickly want to use it on your mug as soon as he puts it. There we go.
That is an exceptionally fine tapestry, your grace. But is that a flaw I see in the center?
What?
What flaw? I don't see a flaw. Must be something wrong with your eyes. I believe you're right.
So that's it.
Have another mug.
So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you put your amethyst on your mug sooner rather than later, so that you're safe from getting drunk. Because otherwise, Robin Hood gets drunk and it gets unpleasant. Then after that's done, for extra points, I mean, you can just wait until he drinks himself into a stupor, but you can also try talking to him for extra points and extra information. So let's go ahead and chat it up with him. Oh, should wait until he stopped talking. Sometimes it's hard to... Okay, here we go.
We should toast to long life for King Richard. Aye, long may he languish in a foreign prison. Have another...
Yeah, right.
You're certain Prince John will succeed in preventing the king's ransom from being paid? Brother, he's as cunning as a boggart rat, our prince is.
I have no idea what a boggart rat is.
The queen still needs over 50,000 marks, and the prince has made sure it eludes her grasp.
50,000 marks is no small sum. He must guard it well.
Aye, and who do you think he trusts to guard it for him? Not that sheriff, but me. He sends it to me.
When?
Soon. If I were the prince, I'd never dare to send such a treasure through Sherwood Forest. What of that arch-outlaw, Robin Hood? Fie on Robin Hood! Treasure'll be well guarded by the Baron Lefebvre and his men.
Haven't.
Still, you could send the Baron Lefebvre a warning about the outlaws. Has he left for Nottingham yet?
Nay, not yet.
You sure are nosy for a monk.
Don't look much like a monk, neither. Look more like an outlaw yourself. And now if we try to talk to him, there is no further answer. He doesn't respond to any further queries. So he just keeps saying, have another mug. So at this point...
talking about the monk about the outlaws made things really awkward. So.
Yeah. And of course, alcohol cures all awkward situations. So now that's it. We really just sit and wait until he...
Another mug, your grace.
I love his superhero outfit. He seriously looks like a...
Thank the Virgin for that amethyst. This truly is strong ale. I dare say the abbot will not wake for a good many hours.
Alright. Very well. So now that he's passed out, completely cup-shotten, what we want to do is, first of all, use the hand on him, because the contents of the abbot's purse would make a worthwhile addition to mine. By the time he notices his purse is empty, I should be far from here. Let's see, how did that impact our money? I forget where it was before, but I think this number, these numbers are more than where they were before. And we also want to grab the cask, because the empty cask may yet serve me again. Alright. And I guess that's it. I'll go ahead and save. I won the drinking game.
Yay!
Whee! Alright, and that's it. We hit 10 minutes, so that was a productive video. We drank lots of ale and got some money. I guess that's a good productive video, right?
Yes.
Alright. That's all for now, folks. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.